Hi everyone, it's Hayes. In today's video we're doing something a bit different, but I thought it could be funny, I thought it could be entertaining, and I thought it would be something you could possibly all relate to. So basically the concept of this video is that I'm gonna have a rant about all the things I want to happen in the show, but I know won't, so I feel selfish for wanting them, but I can't help want them anyway. So let me explain a little bit. So when I make my commentary videos on them, I know I'm not making commentary videos at the minute because obviously we've got no new episodes, but when we do get a new episode and I make a commentary video on that episode, I'm always very conscious during that video not to, I guess, come from a point of critique. Like, I have no problem critiquing the show, but to make sure the critique isn't coming from my adult perspective necessarily, in wanting different things to happen in the show as an adult when it's a kids show. I've got to like try and keep like, okay, well what would be feasible in this show for kids? What would be in keeping with the target audience, things like that. And even in my theory videos, so at the minute I'm making a lot of theory videos for next season, I am not usually suggesting something, like theorising something to happen that I feel wouldn't fit with the show, because it's just pointless to theorise things that wouldn't fit with the show or criticise things and suggest ways to improve it that wouldn't fit with the show, because that's never going to happen. It's a bit silly to expect all these different things from the show when it's never going to happen because it doesn't fit the genre or the target audience or fit the time restraints, or you want to see something from a certain character who doesn't get much screen time, you know what I mean? So there are things I hold back on because I'm like, well, what's the point of me saying that? Because it would never happen. It was never going to happen. So for whatever the reason, there are just some things that I want to see in the show that I know will never happen, which is completely fine. However, I decided I wanted to rant about it. So the concept of this video is that Thomas Astruc is, he's like, I don't know, like Santa Claus. No, wait, not Santa Claus. I am Santa Claus. Not him, but if he was like, okay, bestie, we're friends in this universe, you can have anything you want. I don't care what it is. I don't care how much time that would take in an episode. I don't care how much money it would cost. I don't care that it's not for kids or doesn't fit with the rest of the plot. Just tell me what it is and we will make it happen. That's the concept of this video. So this is my non-exhaustive list in no particular order because I can and will probably think of more. I've got 26 things on this list. Maybe I'll think of more as I'm doing the video. I'm sure I'll think of more as I'm editing. I'm sure I'll think of more after the video goes up. So this is my list of things I want to see happen in the show. But no, they wouldn't, because it's not right for the target audience. Doesn't fit the plot. Doesn't fit the genre. There's not enough time. It would be too expensive. Or it's about a character who would never get the amount of screen time in order to pull this off. This is my list of things I want, but no will never happen, and I'm okay with them not happening, but I wanted to rant about it, so that's what we're gonna do. So at number one, I want Marinette to kill Lila. I'm a 25-year-old. I love listening to true crime podcasts. I love a good serial killer documentary. I quite like horror films. I just want Marinette to kill Lila at the end of it all. That's all I have to say. It doesn't have to be a particularly brutal death. I just want Marinette to murder Lila. That's all there is to it. Number two, I want Daddy Agreste and Natalie to get together. Why? Because I am a number one Gabe Nath shipper. I don't know how many other people ship Gabe Nath. I am completely fine being the only one who ships Gabe Nath. That's fine with me. I will captain the ship all on my own because I love Gabe Nath with all of my heart. I think Gabe Nath is wonderful. Of course I mean Gabe Nath in the context that either Emily dies or Gabriel gets a divorce from her. How that would work when she is currently technically, you know, asleep in her fridge down in the murder basement, don't really know. Obviously I wouldn't want Gabriel to commit bigamy, you know, to go along with his terrorism offences, of course. You know what's worse, bigamy or terrorism? I would say terrorism. But you know, but I would like them to get together. However, if they're not going to get together, number three on my list is that I want Adrian to kill his dad. If they're not going to have Gabriel to get together with Natalie, then he really serves no function for me in the show, so his son should just kill him off. Why? Why not? Like, he's put Adrian through so much. I think it should happen. Anyway, number 4 is for more screen time for Mylène and Ivan with their relationship. So like I said, some of these, for example, the murder would never happen. Gabe Nath, I think could happen, maybe. I'm still holding out hope for Gabe Nath. And yes, I know a Gabe Nath screaming session is coming before anyone reminds me. Yes, I know. Okay. Okay. So I think the Gabe Nath could happen. And don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure we will get further Myvan moments, Mylène and Ivan ship moments, but because they are both very much side characters, almost background characters at this point, probably not gonna get a great deal. Honestly, what I would wish for, since Thomas Astruc is apparently Santa in this video, is a whole spin-off show for Mylène and Ivan, where they tackle the environment. Why don't they just give all the environment episodes to Mylène and Ivan, since no one else really cares about them? I'd watch the heck out of that. Multi-Mouse and Minotaurux here to save the environment? And they're also dating? Yes, please. That'd be great. Speaking of couples, I would also, number 5 and 6 on this list, is an on-screen kiss for Mark and Nathaniel and an on-screen kiss for Rose and Julika. Now, to my understanding, the reasons why they are like both couples but will never really get like overt coupley moments, like I know Rose and Julika kind of cuddle sometimes, but they're probably never going to do more of that, is due to censorship laws in other countries, and if those things were to happen in the show would either no longer be shown at all, or those scenes would get cut out for broadcast in those countries. However, I'm from the UK, and whilst we definitely still get hate crimes against people who are part of the LGBT community, I don't care what anyone else thinks, and I would like for my son Mark and all of his friends to get to kiss the person they are in love with in the show. Adrian and Marinette get to do it, Mylène and Ivan get to do it, Alia and Nino get to do it. I would like everyone else get to do it too, regardless of their sexual orientation. I feel like well, maybe I am asking for a lot because of the censorship laws in other countries, which I just think are stupid. But yeah, I would like them to have on-screen kisses. Please, even just like a peck on the cheek. I'd be happy with a peck on the cheek. Like, please. You could just pass it off as like, oh, it's a French thing. You know? Like, please. You got Marinette and Chloe to kiss in Despair Bear. You can do the same here. Please. I love Mark. Weirdly, I don't really like Nathaniel that much, even though I ship Mark with him. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of coupley stuff, and this definitely would never happen in a kids show, but at number 7, I want there to be a love triangle with Luca, Chloe, and Zoe. I don't even like love triangles, but I just want to see it happen because I think it'd be great. I really have no other reason for wanting it. I think, well, my reason for wanting it is that, so at the end of season 3 I was kind of shipping Chloe with Luca, so during Miracle Queen when all the miraculous holders come forward, and I can't remember what she says exactly to Luca, but she's like, oh, you're kind of cute, like you've got horrible clothes but you're kind of cute. However, Luca and Zoe have never spoken before. But I just really like with the way Zoe dresses and the kind of person she is, I just feel like Zoe is Luca's type, so I was like, yeah, you two would be great together. But also at the same time I feel like Luca could really help Chloe become a better person, you know, and then they start, yeah, I think it'd be so cute. So I personally can't decide which girl I would like Luca with more, so let's just love triangle it out. When in doubt, put in a love triangle. Why not? I think it'd be great. Would it ever happen in a kids show? No. Do I care in this video? No. This is what I mean in my commentary videos when I say like, oh, I didn't like this part about the episode and suggest a different way to have done it, like in, for example, Encyclopedia. I did that in that video a lot. I'm always trying to suggest stuff that would be in keeping with the genre, with the tone of the show, with the target audience, because I could suggest something but it wouldn't work with the time constraints and it wouldn't work for the target audience. Would a love triangle work for this target audience? No. Are Luca, Zoe and Chloe central enough in the show to have a whole love triangle for the 3 of them? No. Do I care? No. It's a selfish video, okay? And coming in at number 8, speaking of Luca, I would like more scenes with the Cofane family? I'm never sure how to say his last name, but the whole family. So Luca, Julika, Annika and Jagged, and I guess Fang as well, all together. I absolutely loved seeing their family dynamic in Crocodile. I loved it so much. I want more of it. It's probably never going to happen in the show because they're all really, really side characters, but I still want it regardless. So I thought it was really cute and crocodile. I want more. We won't ever get it in the show, but I want it. At number 9, back to Lila. I want Lila to do something truly heinous. I am talking criminal activity here, besties. I don't mean like lying, that's what she does in the show all the time. I mean like she seriously hurt someone. Like, for example, in Ladybug she was like, oh no, Marinette's pushed me down the stairs. Well, next time, Lila, maybe you should actually push Marinette down the stairs. I wanted to do something to get, like, I mean, I really hate it already, but I really want to be like, ooh, you, ugh. Like I said, would never happen in a kids show because that would be promoting too much violence. Still want to see it. I think she's capable of it personally. At number 10, I want Marinette or Adrien during a fight to become gravely injured to the point where they can't even get up, you know, they're pretty much unconscious, and the other one of them just goes absolutely balls to the wall ballistic. A bit like, actually no, a bit more. Okay, so do you remember in Origins, in part 2, when Hawkmoth's face is at the Eiffel Tower, it's all made up of butterflies, or is it in part 1? I don't remember. But anyway, there's all the butterflies' faces and she gets a yo-yo and she just starts slinging it everywhere like, no, no, we're not doing this, I'm in charge, you're not gonna win, that sort of thing. But I want it to take to the next level, just go absolutely insane. That would be wonderful. I'd love to see that. I just want to see one of them completely lose it. Whilst they're trying to protect the other one, basically. At number 11, I want Mr. Banana to have more of a function in the show. I don't know what to suggest, I just want to see him more. I love Mr. Banana. And speaking of people's names who begin with a B, I like to see Miss Boostier's baby. Or at least get to see her pregnant. That would be great. I don't know anymore. Then at 13, speaking of Miss Bustier, I would like her to have a wedding. I don't know if she has a husband. Well, I mean, she's called Miss in the English, but is she called Madame Bustier or Mademoiselle Bustier in the French? I don't know, I've never paid attention in the French to what her title is. But either way, if she's not married, because I have no idea, like I said, there was very little research gone into this video. I just sat down last night and wrote down a lot of these things. But if she is not married, I would like her to have a wedding in the show and invite all the class, and they get to have their wedding outfits, and some of them are maybe bridesmaids, and Chloe gets to complain and maybe try and ruin the day because she's not a bridesmaid, and Lila helps her because she's probably also not a bridesmaid. I would love that. And Adrien gets to see Marinette as a bridesmaid, and it would be an extremely expensive episode to give all of the characters new outfits, and I would assume they'd have to have it in a different location because they probably can't get married at the school. It would be a very expensive episode, but I still want it regardless. At 14, I would like to see the inside of Tom and Sabine's bedroom. I'd love to know what it looks like so I can complete my vision of the Du Pencheng household. And speaking of which, kind of leading on from that, I would also like to see the homes of the rest of the characters. As far as I'm aware, so we see obviously Marinette's, Adrien's, Chloe's, Alia's. Is that everyone's? I think so. I'd like to see everyone else's. Very selfish, would be very expensive. Don't care. At number 15, I would like a redemption arc for Chloe. I am still holding on to hope it will happen, but well, I don't know. I haven't made my Chloe theory video yet. I'm still thinking of ideas, but right now I'm sad about Chloe. I'm like, I was hoping for the best for you, girl. I was so certain they were gonna bring it back. Like, I would like a redemption arc for her. Maybe that is selfish, but I love Chloe, okay? At number 16, I would like more screen time for Markov. Why? Because I love Markov. He's a little cutie. I just want to smush his cheeks if you could, but he's made out of plastic and metal and glass, so you cannot smush his cheeks, but I dearly love Markov. Another thing I want to see, number 17, is I would like to see Gabriel. I like to see what he actually does at work. Like, I want to see like an episode, a day in the life, if Gabriel was to vlog his day like I occasionally do. He doesn't become Hawk Daddy during this day, no akumas, just straight up fashion. What does this man actually do for his job? Because all of the designs I have seen thus far they haven't blown me away, you know? So I would, I'd like to see a day in his life. I want a episode that's Gabriel's vlog. Basically, that's what I want. Yeah, and speaking of Gabriel at number 18, I would like at least one, please one, flashback of Emily. I remember there being a while ago, and it hasn't happened, so I don't know if it got cancelled or whatever, but there was talk about them releasing a comic because apparently Miraculous in France comes out in comics as well. I've never personally seen one in person. I've seen like pictures of them on the internet, but I don't have a clue where you can get these comics from. But they were gonna do like a spin-off, just like a single issue, I'm pretty sure, that was about Gabriel, Natalie and Emily, and when they were younger, when they first met each other at like either like high school or university or something. Like, can we have an episode on that? Because I would die. Quite plainly, I would die if I got to see that. And speaking of another thing I would die if I got to see, number 19, I want a ball. Now, I'm pretty sure we're getting a ball in the Awakening movie, and I am excited for that. I love balls. Okay, when I was in high school, I wrote a lot of Harry Potter fanfiction, specifically Hermione fanfiction, Draco and Hermione. And in every single fanfiction I wrote for them, didn't care where they were, whether they're at Hogwarts or now working at the Ministry after school had finished, I made them have a ball. Everyone reading was like, okay, you know, you've put a ball in every single fanfiction now, are you gonna stop? And I was like, no, because I love balls. I don't know if this is like a British thing, but I'm like, yes, I have an inherent need for balls. It's why I love Bridgerton. I love a traditional ball. They are the best. So yes, I know we are getting one in the Awakening movie, but I want one in the show. Okay, I don't know if they're maybe gonna have like a party at the end of season 5, because I'm pretty sure, are they finishing like middle school or whatever? I don't understand middle school, to be honest. I don't understand the French schooling system well enough. But I would like a ball, okay? All the girls and ball gals, all the guys in suits, maybe a masked ball. Oh, Kira, oh, a masked ball. It will be magnificent. I want a ball. At number 20, I want Tiki and Plag to get together. Now, I know Tiki's like, oh, Marinette, the kwamis can't feel love. Plag is in love with cheese. Tiki, you're in love with pies yourself. I'm calling BS on this, alright? You can feel love. Shut up, Tiki. And just in general, I really enjoyed this past season getting to see all the kwamis interact together. I want that, but I want it more. Like, give me an episode like Samboy again. Forget all the humans. I want the kwamis to just have an episode where they kick back and relax with each other. I'd love that. And number 21, I want them to write Chris out of the show. Give no explanation, just don't do it again. Just don't use them again. That would be great. And speaking of rewriting the show, I just want them to rename the show to Miraculous Tales of Lady B and Cat Noir. With no explanation. Marinette just now has 2 Miraculouses and 2 kwamis. No explanation needed. They just make it happen. I'd be happy with that. And failing that, my next request is for Cat Noir to actually get to see Lady B, because she looked absolutely stunning and he didn't get to see her, alright? So I'd like for him to see her at least once and then probably faint from how absolutely beautiful she looks as Lady B. Lady B was a cultural reset, and I love her with all of my heart. Nobody can change my mind. Number 23, another thing I love with all of my heart, and you all know because I don't shut up about it. At number 23, I would like another scene in the boiler room with just Marinette and Adrien. Other people can be there, I don't care, but I want Adrien to look at Marinette like that again. Specifically in the boiler room, because the lighting really gave that scene a lot. If that scene had been outside in the courtyard, I'm not sure I would have liked it so much, but the lighting in the boiler room, the lighting. Chef's kiss perfection. Everything about that scene apart from the dialogue, because I don't care about actually what happens in that scene. Forget Julika, forget the rest of the class. I want it to happen. Again. Please. And speaking of Marinette and Adrien at number 24, I want to see at the very end of the show, I'm talking like season 7, last episode, we get like a time jump to when they're getting married. I want to see their wedding, and then building on from that at number 25, I want a spin-off show where their kids are Ladybug and Cat Noir, obviously not those names, but like their kids are superheroes and they're still in it. They like pop in, like, because Marinette's obviously still going to be the Guardian. That's what I want to happen. And the final thing on my selfish list of things I know will never happen but I can't help want them anyway, number 26. So in like season 6 probably, I want Marinette and Adrien to get together. Everything's going fine, but they have an argument about something, I don't know, probably about being superheroes. Like I would think something like Marinette, because of who she is. She's Ladybug, she's always putting herself in danger, she's ultimately always fine, but Adrian's like, oh my god, please stop. I'm in love with you, I don't want you to get hurt. And she's like, chill, I'm fine, don't worry about it. He's like, no, stop. And like he's stopping her from doing stuff. They have a huge argument, they end up breaking up. Neither of them are okay. Not only is it affecting the two of them and their families, but it's also affecting their friends who are on the Miraculous team. It's affecting everyone in the city because they can't get anything done. They both eventually realise how much they miss each other because like they're soulmates, they're meant to be together, and then they decide to get back together and they like run together in the rain and kiss like a scene from In the Notebook or something like that. I don't know, I just want something big and explosive you'd see in like a young adult book or even an adult book where they're like, I love you, and they're like, no, I hate you, and then they break up and everything like that. So yeah. Those are all the things I want to see in the show. I thought I would think of more as I was talking, I have not thought of more. But yeah, I am well aware none of those things will ever happen, but I can't help but want them. So like, I'm always very conscious of the fact that I'm making videos about Miraculous, that I am 25 years old, I am quite clearly not the target audience for the show, and whilst I am completely fine with not being the target audience of the show, it does mean I have to like often set my expectations for the show lower than what I would expect from a show that I was watching that's maybe for adults instead. So, because I just know there are just some things that's never going to happen in Miraculous because of the target audience, because of the genre, because of time and money restraints, because that character isn't a main character, you know? So yeah, I've made my peace with it, but I just wanted to have a rant. I feel a lot better now I've got that off my chest. So besties, I would love to know, what are your selfish things that you know will never happen in the show but you can't help but want to see anyway? Tell me, have a rant about it in the comments. I can't wait to see what you all want to happen in the show. It's okay to be completely selfish sometimes, says the self-proclaimed narcissist. But I would just want to know, what are some things you want to see happen in the show but for whatever reason you know never would? So yeah, that's today's video, besties. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. Bye!